Okay. Alright, so I have just read up to page, just about the end of page 103, Misery. It's divided into books, so I finished book 1, which is called Annie, and I started book 2, which is Misery, and I just finished chapter 2 of that book. So I'm a little over a third of the way done. I still love it, and I'm beginning to see where Stephen King is horror. In comparison to reading Lord of the Flies, most of the time I wasn't invested, except right at the end my palms started sweating because I didn't know he's going to live, he's going to die at the end of Lord of the Flies, and I love that. This book did the same thing. Like I know at the end that he gets out, if not from intuition, then just kind of, like I said, I read the summary. I can't really remember the exact details. I just know, like, I'm thinking this woman dies, and just he gets out. I think I remember reading from the summary, but like he in this part, he really wanted some drugs, and Annie had just bought him a typewriter to write a new Misery novel. And so he needed paper and stuff. I actually kind of want a typewriter now, to be perfectly honest. I like typewriters. Writing on a laptop's fine, but typewriters are something a little different. I used to write on a typewriter. My mom's work has one. Anyway, so she gets again paper, and he tries to wheel. He wheels in the bathroom. He gets like the boxes of drugs, and then he's like, "I'm gonna go try to get a telephone," which the telephone's broken because she has to keep up appearances. So she fixed the phone, but it doesn't work. And I'm reading this and I'm thinking, oh my god, 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 oh my, like that's just thought process. My hands actually started sweating, and then he finally, like, he gets into the room as just as Annie's coming in, and then it's like, oh, you have the boxes of drugs on your lap, and I'm like, oh my god, like I thought he was gonna get caught, and I was freaking out, but he didn't, luckily. A little weird, but yeah, I'm like freaking out about that, and it's so suspenseful. And there was two things I noted. The typewriter's missing an N, and it was. I feel like that's going to be symbolic or important. I don't think he just used it just for that one line, like, "Oh, my favorite author has an N in his name," and then he goes, "Oh, my favorite nurse has two N's in her name." I feel like that's captor survival bonding. I watched it on Hannibal. It's like you bond with your captor if you don't eat breakfast. That's just kind of what I see, but so it's missing an N. I'm gonna predict that that's going to become important. And the other thing is, he writes excerpts of the novel. I actually ended up kind of not like reading ahead, but like just flipping through the pages, and I saw that he like switches his font, and he's writing from, like, it's an excerpt from his novel that you can read, which I thought was really cool. And he has and even like had the ends like written in a handwriting looking thing. And then, like, opens the comment, he goes, I was going to name that, in his head, the author, he goes, I was going to name that kid Sean, but there's too many damn ends for me to fill it. It's really funny. And he's written, like, Misery did get saved by the doctor, and he's like, no, 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 because that's not what happened at the end of the book, and you have to write from the end of the book. And this gives rise to this line, which I heard, in a review of Annie as a Villain, and it's funnier when I've seen that, but he didn't get out of the cocky doody car. It's hysterical. And Annie's really crazy. Like, neurotic and smart, but crazy. And I think I said this again, but I do want to do a case study, because she's nuts. But neurotic and psychotic, but in a cool way. I was only at 4 minutes. So, I'm interested to see how much Scheme of Cat and Mouse he can go on, because I'm interested to see how he's going to try to get out of this. The author's going to get out of this whole thing. I'm actually interested to see how he ends up bringing back Misery to life in the way that Annie specifies, if it even gets to that point. So that'd be kind of cool. Yep.